Now that we have all of our pixel strings built, the next step is to insert the pixels into the strip material. So I have here one of the pixel strings, and I have the beginning of the string here with my port for power injection. So this is pixel number 1. And in my case, I'm always going to start with pixel number 1 at the bottom of a strip. So I have my strip here, and this is my tensioning device, so I know that this is the bottom of my string. And I'm just going to go ahead and start inserting these pixels into the strip material, and they just pop right in. And then again, I want 3-inch spacing, which would be 1 pixel and then 2 blank holes, and then another pixel will give me 3-inch spacing on this particular strip. And when I insert these pixels, I want to ensure that my wiring down here stays nice and flat and even and doesn't get twisted. So I'm just going to go ahead and do this on the rest of the strip here. Now I've reached the top of my strip here, and as I talked about earlier, I've got this one odd little bit of spacing here. I could have just left this, but I'm trying to maximize the use of the pixels and the use of the strip itself. The strip, of course, was sized to the height of my tree versus sizing the height of my tree to the length of the strip, which is the other way you could do these things. But again, because I wanted to use those existing metal frames that I had, I sized the strip to the size of those metal frames. So I had this little extra bit here. I could just leave this, but again, I wanted to maximize this. I didn't think it would be that big a deal if I changed spacing just in this one spot, especially at the top. So I'm just going to go ahead and add that last pixel in here. And it'll have a little bit different spacing, but it shouldn't look too bad. And again, I think will prevent having a gap up here at the top, which will actually look nicer. So this is one completed strip. Again, I started at the bottom and came up the top. I've used up half of my pixel string, so I still have a whole bunch of pixels here. So I'm going to grab another strip and then start at the top of that strip and insert these all the way down. Again, remember that on the top at the hook heads, these are close enough together that this little bit of wiring here, about 3 inches or so, is going to be close enough that I didn't have to put any connectors in here and can just bridge from one strip to the next strip. So here's my new strip right here, and now I'm going to start again at the top because this other end right here is where I have my tensioning device. So I'm going to start at the top of this and then just add my pixels going down. Again, when I put these in, I want to make sure that my wires are laying nice and flat. And remember that this very first set of pixels here at the top has the odd spacing to it, and then I'm going to go ahead and do 3-inch spacing after that. Now I've reached the bottom of my strip here, and if all goes according to plan, I should have my very last pixel, which is going to go into my very last open hole here, and then I have my hole with my miser clip and tensioning device. Again, I did intentionally not use this very bottom hole. I probably could have, but left a little bit of space in that I live in a snowy climate, and having a little bit of space off the ground for my lights is a good thing, so they don't totally get buried in the snow. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in here. If you do find that you've made a mistake somewhere, you can just go ahead and pull these back out. They're a little tougher to get out, but you can just take them out back up to the point where you found the mistake, and then go ahead and fix going forward from there. And I've done that before as well. But here is the completed strip assembly with the pixels in it. So again, we've got 2 strips, and that's how those go together. All right, now that we have assembled all of our pixels into our pixel strips, let's go ahead and assemble the entire tree. Now I've gone ahead and put together the frame of the tree here, including our new hook head that we built. And I'm going to start by placing the very first set of pixel strips on here, and that would be the set with my main input connector. So that's this big round connector here. So I'm going to take this strip find the top of it, along with the top of the second strip. Make sure they're nice and even together. I'm just going to go ahead and find a spot on the tree and hook those right into place. Right like that. Now I'm just going to go around the tree and hook in the rest of my pixel strips. Now that all of the strips are clipped into the top, I'm just going to go ahead and clip the bottom of the strip into our base unit and make all of our electrical connections down here at the bottom. There, I have all of these strips attached to the base and all of our wiring connections are made. So now I'll go ahead and add our power injection wires and we'll get this connected to a controller and see what happens. I've now got all of the pixel strips attached to the base unit here, and I've got all of our wiring connected for our strip wiring, and I've also added my power injection wiring. And here is our completed pixel tree. I hope you have enjoyed this video on how I converted this old single strand, basically LED tree into a pixel tree. It was a fun and easy project to do. If you like our channel, please subscribe and come back and watch our other videos on 8400 lights. Thank you much.